Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams, and welcome to your reading. I'm grateful that you're tuning in. Ashe. So, there we go. Spirit's in the house. Okay, Spirit is here. On and popping. It's on and popping. I'm recording this at the time of Saturn retrograde and Mercury retrograde. So whenever you're watching this, get myself together. Whenever you're watching this, there's a spirit of conflict that has been trying to influence you. Okay, for some of you, this is being sent to you from someone else. For some of you, it's sort of a low vibe collective energy. It's coming from a group or a community. And they're sending energy to your third eye. 111. Ashe. Sending negative energy of self-doubt, fear, and anger to your third eye. Okay? This is compounded by the retrograde energy. For a lot of you, you have someone who is trying to connect with you, whether it's spiritually or in the physical realm as well. The reason why they're doing this is because the energy of the retrograde is here. Even if you're watching this at a time where Mercury and Saturn are not retrograde, but people are thinking about the past. And what a lot of people don't realize is that when they think about the past, when these energies from the past come to them, this could be anyone who treated you in a toxic way, in an obsessive way, in a disrespectful way, in a karmic way. They are supposed to recall these memories with you, even though you left or they left. But either way, you're healing. And so when there's separation between you, that now at this point, you're like, yes, that's what's needed. Because you started seeing that your life got so much better once you were distanced from this demon. Your life started to get better. Okay? You were closer to a space of creation and abundance. And so that's what you've wanted to continue. But when this person thinks of you, they are so codependent. They are so in need of manipulating someone so they can feel a sense of control, because they have no sense of control within themselves. They have no sense of sovereignty. And so they need another being to latch on to in order to get their fix. So when they're getting these thoughts from the past, they are deceived. They deceive themselves into thinking that that means they're supposed to reach out to you, because they want another go-round of your energy. But no, no, no. That is not the purpose of those thoughts that come back to them, those recurring thoughts. The purpose of those thoughts is to trigger their desire to redirect their path and to align with something higher, something better, something more expansive than the same old bullshit that they've repeatedly done to you and to others. This is their thing. This is what they do. This is how they attempt to transmute the pain from their childhood, from their teenage years, from their early adult years. It's compounded trauma. And so that's why they need a fix. They're attempting to transmute the pain, but all they're doing is reinforcing it by trying to cover it up with tactics and strategies of ways that they can protect their fragile ego. So if you're feeling this tug energetically, cosmically, that's how we're set up right now. The past is coming back to us. But here's the thing, Divine wants you to know that you are so protected and that there's no fear that you have to feel when you experience those energetic tugs, where you know that somebody's trying to put something in your face, hiding, okay? The tactics that this person has are very hidden because they are even ashamed of themselves. They know that their actions are very cowardly. And deep down inside, it doesn't make them feel good, but they don't know what else to do. They haven't become so miserable yet that they must change their ways. They haven't become so starved for an energy fix, a siphoning fix, to get somebody's energy, anybody. They're scavengers. They will feast on anything or anyone, but they come after you because you're different. Because you have a light within you that you're not afraid to allow to shine. And like moths to a flame, they're drawn to your light. Divine is saying that when you experience this, as annoying as it may feel, this is an invitation. If you feel this person's energy trying to approach you or trying to stay on your radar, Divine is saying that you are invited in that moment to ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Am I feeling afraid of this person? Remind yourself that you're protected. Ask yourself, am I feeling angry and pissed that this person hasn't shut up or hasn't gone away? Why? If they're there, then there's an opportunity still to learn and grow. And I know how tiring it can be, but Divine says that frustration leads to your inspiration. Every time you experience negative energy from a karmic, you have like a little treasure chest that somebody has given you. And all you have to do to unlock that treasure chest that's full of abundance and inspirational ideas that you're creating and putting out there in the world, all you have to do, the key is your peace, okay? You're vibing on a frequency of peace and of gratitude. If you can find a way to feel a spark of gratitude in that moment where you're annoyed, where you're frustrated, where you're angry, Divine says that's all that you need in order to open up the richness that is in that moment for you. That moment that you don't really want to be feeling right now, where you're pissed at this person or where there's a treasure in that moment. And all you have to do is find a way to be grateful. You know, what are you grateful for? Are you grateful that you're better off than that person? Because it's not you that's stuck on somebody. You're not stuck, beautiful being. You are very free. 9/11 was just on the timer. And for me, 9/11 means get to work in your divine work. Get to work doing the things that don't feel like work. Get to work doing the things that don't feel like work. Because that's where your inspiration lies. You know? Seriously, like I'll be lying around or doing something very relaxing and then I'll see 9/11. And it's Spirit is saying, get to work. It's time to do what you love, okay? Also, enjoyable work is coming through. For some of you, this came through in a couple readings ago, but for some of you, you have proven your dedication or your capacity, your ability to do something, your intelligence. You've proven to people your intelligence by your work ethic. But Divine is saying that this can easily become toxic for yourself because you feel like you have to work so hard or hard enough in order to please other people. And people will always find a way to be pissed about something or dissatisfied with something. Please don't ever give anybody the power of your satisfaction with yourself. Please don't ever give someone else the power to determine for you your value, your worth, your happiness, your joy. Please. Because some people would try to make you think that you aren't enough, that you don't have enough, or that you won't be enough, just for shits and giggles. Because they are that desperate to put somebody down and to try to make somebody lose. Okay? I feel like, yeah, so doing work that you love, so working in a state of self-love is coming through. Okay? That's something that Divine is saying that you deserve. And for some of you, it's something that you're moving closer towards. You might currently be working a job or in a career field that you just can't wait. I see you wanting to like break out of a box, wanting to break out of prison. You might feel like you're in prison right now. I'm looking at Saturn because we're in retrograde right now. There could be a deeper sense of frustration with anything that is not aligned with your path. So some of these things, if you haven't walked away from it yet, Divine is urging you to make every step possible towards walking away from that. Okay? In due time, but Divine says to align yourself with the opportunities that take you towards your dream. Okay? So no pressure, no additional pressure on you, but remember to set the intention of manifesting what it is that you want every day. Like, refresh it. And don't let anybody make you think that you can't leave a situation that you need to leave. I'm getting that some of you in your career field, your work field, if you're working like a 9-to-5, you've been dealing with somebody who has just been, they feel like heavy weights, like dark heavy weights. Okay? You might get to work in the morning if you do commute. You know, you might be, some of you might be virtual, but if you commute, yeah, because that's been the shift. Like, everybody was really enjoying, hermits, spiritual people, empaths were really enjoying working from the comfort of their home. I mean, that brings on its own set of circumstances, but you know, that was a wonderful thing about COVID, is that we could stay home. And then there's been this shift, like, get your ass back to work. And so that, it makes some people angry, but it's supposed to. Because some people really need to be reminded that this is not your space. This is not your true zone. So get in a space or create a space. Maybe something online, maybe a book, maybe a work of art, but create a space where you can benefit and gain abundance and see the true fruit of your labor that you wanted to do, work that you enjoy doing. Okay, but some of you have been experiencing physical symptoms because of the work that you've been doing, whether you commute or you're at home. It's the type of work, and it's the people, it's the spirits that dwell within that company, within that work environment. For some of you, it's coworkers, and they have just like ganging up. Some of you might be a victim of gang stalking. I'm not gonna call you a victim. You have experienced gang stalking, okay? For some of you, it's a boss. And the sad thing about this boss is that they're supposed to be a leader. They're supposed to be an example. They might get paid almost twice as much as you, or a lot more than you, or a significant amount more than you. And you're like, but I'm doing more work than they do. Yeah, I know. Been there, done that. Yeah, but you know what? All of those nasty experiences that you go through, it serves a purpose. Because it's supposed to irritate you. It's supposed to be like the oyster and the pearl, where it's a piece of sand that gets in there, or something that gets in there inside the shell and irritates the oyster. Yeah, the oyster. I was thinking clam for a minute, but it's an oyster. This person might be making you feel like you clam up. Like you don't even want to, like you want to shut down. Okay, so that's why clam came through. But with the oyster, it gets so irritated that it secretes a substance that coats it. And so it becomes the pearl. Okay, some of y'all already know this. So it's like that. Like you're supposed to create something different because of the shit that you see and that you feel and that makes you so angry. You're supposed to create something different for yourself because of that. You know, it's transmutation. It's transmutation. And that's kind of like what you're doing. Like if this person, this toxic karmic person has been reaching out to you, or you just feel them like psychically. You know, like sometimes people try to get in your dreams and things like that. I've had clients that have experienced that. And, you know, dream energy is so strong. And it's such a, for some, a very easy point of contact telepathically. It's easy for some people to enter others' dreams. Okay? But if you're experiencing this with this karmic, in that moment, you're supposed to take that piece of sand and make it beautiful, you know? Take that irritating feeling that you feel, that anger, that frustration, and realize, wait a minute, this pisses me off. What can I create with this? Or some people like to clean, and that's very good to do, like cleaning your home, cleaning your space, because you're able to cleanse the energy of your home while you're doing that. While you're sweeping your floors, while you're vacuuming, while you're opening your windows, beating the pillows outside, you know, washing your floors, okay? Yeah. Do something constructive with the anger. That's what sets you apart from the karmic. Because the karmic is sitting around thinking toxic thoughts. Addiction is coming to mind. Some of you are being chased or pursued by a karmic energy that is now in so much mess, because so much more mess than before, because you removed your energy. And so now they're relying on addictions, toxic behaviors, okay, to get them through. So you really don't want this person around you, because they're collecting negative energy, not only the negative energy and patterns and entities that have attached to them since their childhood and because of their trauma that they experienced in their childhood, but the demons that they've attracted towards them since, and especially since you left them. I feel like you left. I feel like you walked away. If you didn't, then divine escorted this person out of your life, because, you know, they're not supposed to be there anymore. But their unwillingness to give up on your energy just proves that they have no concept of what's beneficial to them. Because every time they reach out to you, something bad happens to them. They're getting instant karma now. It's like tower after tower after tower. So if they were intelligent, they would take their obsessive thoughts, they would take their selfish desires and maniacal thoughts and all of that, and they would do something constructive with it. Learn something. Ask divine, why do I feel this? And just sit with that. They would heal themselves. But that's not your problem. But you know, that's why you're winning, because that's the work that you've done. What do you need to release? Okay, whether it's the job, whether it's frustration over somebody's dealings with you, or frustration regarding a timeline where you wanted something by now, but it hasn't fully manifested. Mess. Some of you might feel like this, like there's a mess. Divine says that you no longer have a mess. You have choices. There are people who have wronged you and who are now receiving karma. They no longer have a choice in the matter. Their prayers go unheard. Divine energies have turned their face away from this person. They have turned their back to them. They don't even care what it is that they have to say anymore. Their pleads for another chance. Their attempts to go another round. This person's ancestors, 2112. Mirrors. Okay? Yeah, you mirror this person's energy towards them, but in a very divine way. You showed them what it was that they needed to change, what it was that they needed to release. And for some of you, you're witnessing that this person has not released things yet. Even though they are on a slippery slope, they have not released something yet. So when that's the situation, we have to release it. We have to release that frustration with the situation. We have to release, finally, once and for all, that toxic ass job. Okay? Oh my gosh, like for me, I mean, love and karmics and toxic friends, I mean, that's definitely something that requires time to heal from and patience. But a lot of times people sleep on the amount of damage that a toxic job can do to a person. Like, let's be real. It affects a person's health. To go into a toxic environment day after day after day, dealing with the same bullshit and nonsense that, you know, the thing is like if you're in this situation, or if you have been in this situation with a toxic job, you have the vision of what it's supposed to be. Like, it might be a mess, but you and your intelligent self could definitely completely like renovate, renew the space, the energy. You would know who to hire, who to fire. You'd know how people are supposed to interact, what training should be done, like all of these things. You are very intelligent and intuitive and empathic. You have such a great combination of skills and of attributes where you're able to really truly create positive change in a situation. And that's why some of those toxic people are angry, because they know you know more than them. What keeps coming through is that your boss knows that you know more than they do, and they are so afraid that you are going to outshine them. They're so afraid. That's all you're experiencing. I don't care what karmic is trying to give you hell, whether it's an ex-friend or a co-worker, a neighbor, a former lover, whatever it is. The reason why this person has been so toxic is because of their deep-seated fears. And they do these toxic things to try to gain control. That's why behind the scenes, they're always so vindictive and just seething with evil. They're so dark. They're so dark. And the only little bit of light that they have is a fake light, is their mask. The perfection that they show to everyone else. Oh, but behind closed doors, they just might be willing to unalive someone. And for some of you, the person that you are healing from, okay, that was in your life, they have done this. Whether it's to an animal or to a person, They have harmed someone or something. Divine is bringing through Alex Cross. That is a great series, Alex Cross. Watch it if you have ever, you can, you know, I'm not gonna boss you around. But if you have been in an experience or had a relationship or an encounter with someone who demonstrates narcissistic tendencies, okay, definitely watch that show, because it is just, it's kind of dark, but that doesn't bother me. So but you might get some spirit might bring some things to you as far as your awareness about the push and pull between a narcissist and an empath, and just some of the really awful patterns, the gaslighting, the victim blaming, the blame shifting, you know, all the stuff. Anyway. Okay, yeah, so what do you need to release? What do you need to transmute? What do you need to move forward with at this time? We're going to take a look at that. Let me sit. I'll try. You got don't let pride get in your way. This is Leo energy. You might have some Leo energy in your chart. Well, we all do. We all have a 5th house. All right. But this feels like fire. This feels like, oh, you know what's coming to me? For some of you, you realize that there's something that you need to call it quits with for good. For some of you, this is that job situation. For some of you, it's like a push-pull, on-again, off-again type of relationship. I'm getting siblings. I'm getting old friends. And it could be co-workers as well. It could be co-workers as well. It's like little, like, you know how when if you've ever sewn before, like when you cut the thread, usually like a cottony thread, right? And it starts to ravel, right? So the thread is like really thin here, and then it's like, you know, little frays, it's frayed. That's what these cords look like between you and this person. There's been so much damage done by poor choices that this person made and the ways that they have treated you, whether it's a job, a corporation, a community, an individual, but your ties to them in the spirit realm, they look very like frayed. So they're already very weak. And the spirit says that that's why you're frustrated with it, because it's supposed to go. You know, it's supposed to go. The connection between you and this other being or situation, it's already so weak because the damage has been done. That song, it's too late to apologize. It's too late. It's too late for this person. They did too much, too many times. And because of that, the connections are frayed. The connection, yeah, is frayed. And there is no repairing this because this other person is not, their heart is not in a space of healing. It's in a space of hurting. They hurt and they want to hurt other people. Okay, Divine says, don't let pride get in your way. If you feel like, oh, but I put in time, I put in effort, you know, I don't want to have to say that. It might be a thing where perhaps for some of you, you don't want to feel like you failed. But, Divine says to think of what is the very best that could happen by parting ways for good with this person. What's the very best that could happen? You will get your creative spark. It will be stronger than ever. You will be manifesting abundance. You will be envisioning things that you can make, that you can create, that you can speak into existence. Like your world becomes so much more magical when all those frayed ties are gone between you and this karmic energy. Like, it's over. It's over because they did not handle with care the beautiful energy that you made available to them. And to walk away means that you're choosing yourself. It does not mean that you are failing at all. I don't like to use the word fail or failure, you know, but the only way that you could even be anywhere close to that energy is if you would hold on to any sort of toxic, repeatedly, consistently toxic energy. Okay, this person wears masks. They change them like hats. Okay, based on the people they're gonna be around, they put one face on, and then if they're around this group, they put the other face on. Oh, and when they take the mask off, around the people who are there, the people they live with, the people that, you know, oh my gosh. I mean, you've seen the true them, you know, but it is a very big difference between who they really are and who they pretend to be based on whatever situation they're going into. Yeah. And the same thing with the job. You may have put in a lot of time into your career, but let me tell you something. Nothing is more important than your health. That's root chakra. That's pentacles. We have to have that. Okay? That's the base of Maslow's hierarchy. That's just, we have to have security. Okay? We have to have safety, security. Okay. Divine is guiding me to this deck. Thank you, Spirit. You deserve the best in every aspect of your life. Your career, how you make money, or how you achieve a certain lifestyle. Maybe you are in a relationship with someone who supports you. That requires balance as well. You know? It requires balance and discipline to be able to maintain your lifestyle and budget wisely and whatever, you know? But Divine says that you have the wisdom and the intelligence to live a life that is secure and where you're healthy. Where you're healthy. Alright, you got the sacral chakra. Divine is definitely calling you to create at this time. Also, that's very much there with that Leo energy, with that card, okay? Divine says that what you create will turn to gold. It's not fool's gold either, okay? It's not just shiny. It's the real thing. Divine says you are the real thing, and you create beautiful things. So it's almost like if you don't allow yourself to create, which means that you have to block out certain distractions or raise your vibe when somebody's trying to distract you, okay? But if you're willing to do that work, you are going to create things that are so powerful and so amazing. And if you block yourself from that creative energy, it's almost as if you are withholding from all the people that would benefit from your healing gifts and from your talents and the expression of your creative energy. You're blocking them from experiencing the joy of what you create. And Divine says the world needs what you offer. The world needs to see who you are. Okay? So your sacral chakra is really important. Particularly at this time. Divine says to pay special attention to your sacral chakra and to allow yourself to create and to protect your mental energy. You might want to take some spiritual baths, okay? My products are great for that, especially the bath salts. I use them a couple times a week at least for a spiritual bath, because you just got to get that yuck off of you, okay? It's so important, okay? Like, especially if you present your work to other people, or if you are connecting with other people, I'm picking up on evil eye, okay, where there's jealousy. You know, somebody looks at you and then they're like wishing that you weren't where you are. You know, they're trying to make you about this big in their mind because they can't handle the grandiose brilliance that you have. And it's not like you try to be like that. You just are like that. I'm really picking up on Leo. I've never met a Leo I didn't like. I'm gonna just keep it real. Okay? Because it's something that they have. You can feel the sun energy come from a Leo. Okay, you can feel it. And so that's the energy that's coming through for you. It's this 5th house energy. It's really, really nice. Gosh, it feels so good. Oh, look at this. Okay, so 19, you got light. Light, light, light. Like, that's what you do when you create. You reach down or reach up. I see you reaching down to create, but you're reaching up to receive all of the downloads that you need in order to create what's already inside you. It just has to be expressed. So you get guidance. And you can do this with your left hand. Okay, is that what she's doing? I think that's her right hand. But she's kind of got this one up here too. Okay, so you'll see sometimes, like when I play the bowls, I'll reach out, I'll keep my left hand open because your left hand is your receptive hand. And so you're allowing divine frequencies to flow into you, and then you're playing your bowls, or you're painting, or you're doing whatever. Or, you know, it doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. You can do this before you start, you know, and put your left hand out. Okay, and you can also put whatever chakra it is that you want to send that energy to. You can just remind yourself through touch that that's where this energy is going. Heart chakra. I would recommend the sacral chakra, since that's already come out, as very, very important for you at this time during your creative process, to nurture your sacral chakra. And you're channeling or receiving and then channeling through you divine energy to your sacral chakra to charge up your creative energy, so that as you create, you're ready to go. Like, you're no longer thinking about that toxic coworker. You're no longer annoyed by that whatever effort it was last time for somebody to try to get up in your energy, a phone call, a text, a weird comment, whatever. Okay, you're not distracted anymore. You're purified. Okay, yeah. The song by Fleetwood Mac, when the rain washes you clean, you'll know. So that was coming through earlier when I was meditating. Divine is saying that you're being purified, and you're learning how to purify your energy on the spot. So somebody sends you an attack, man, you got it. You are ready. You're already visualizing that person over in the corner, withered and hurt. That's why they're doing it. That's why they're doing it. Just remind yourself, they're hurt. They are delusional. There might be a chemical imbalance, okay? And this is because of repeated toxic patterns. You know, that changes the brain. These behaviors that are so unhealthy, these addictions, a person can really change their body in a very negative way to become accustomed to going to the left, making that wrong turn. Okay, so also understanding the science of narcissism and trauma bonding and all of that stuff. That's why those videos, psychology videos, and just videos of people who have gone through it, like, a lot of people can just learn stuff. You know, I have a master's degree. I'm not bragging, but let me tell you something. There are people out here who don't even have a diploma, a high school diploma. And they amaze me by what they know. Why? Because they can teach themselves. And that really shows true intelligence. Nothing wrong with an education. I'm grateful for mine. But I will tell you that a lot of times it is beneficial to listen to somebody who has been self-taught. They don't have to have a certificate to know something. They just have lived it and then they've studied it. Okay? So, anyway, maybe somebody needed to hear that, because you might feel pressured to get a degree or spend a whole lot of money getting a certificate or something. There are people born with natural abilities that they can do without ever cracking open a book, that a person who has all their certificates, all the degrees couldn't do, because they don't feel it. They don't have it inside them. That's coming through for some of you. The karmics that you have encountered, they are so jealous of your spiritual gifts and of your intelligence. That's what pisses them off. They're so angry that you are intelligent. These could be people who, I don't know, maybe some of them spent more years in school, or they might flaunt something about their education or something, but deep down inside, remember before I said they feel fearful? Deep down inside, they are afraid of being knocked out because of you or by you. Like, they feel like you put them in a shadow, but really it's their own darkness. It's their own self-hatred. It's their own sense of inadequacy. It's their own sense of non-existent self-worth that keeps them in that shadow. You never cast a shadow on anybody. I know that. I know that. Aw, you're so beautiful. Don't let them make you think that you're not beautiful, okay? Okay, these are starting to spill out. These are over here, so I feel like this is really important. Oh, look at this. You got prosperity begins. This keeps coming through with the Empress. I keep pulling the Empress card for you. So, yes, prosperity is a real thing in your life. It's a real thing in your life. And I feel like there's an effort that you have made. Somebody else could have been involved in this, because I see this as like, it kind of looks like it could be the same person's hands, like if they were behind this or whatever, or, but it really looks like two hands, but it's a one cup or one pentacle. Yeah, this would be Ace of Pentacles. So you have had help along the way. I feel like for a lot of you, this is the protection of your ancestors. Your spirit allies have been with you all along, protecting the seed that you planted. So you started an endeavor, you set out on some sort of path to create abundance in your life. This could be through a career or through a creative endeavor or through an investment of some sort. And you planted that seed. Divine wants you to know that you're not the only one who's invested in that. Your ancestors are as well. Also, if there's anyone who thinks that they are going to shake your fertile ground, okay, anybody trying to cause earthquakes for you, anybody trying to cause a lack of growth to that seed, the ancestors are on it, and they will smack that hand. Oh. They be like, get your hands off our baby's prosperity. They are not having it. They're protecting your creative endeavors, your abundance, your investments, your new opportunities for wealth. They're protecting it, so you don't need to worry about that, okay? They might put their eyes on it, and we rebuke that evil eye. Ashe, so must it be on every dimension. It is gone. It is gone. But they can't touch it. The ancestors are on it, okay? All right, the heart here. So Divine says your heart is beautiful, but they do recognize that there was someone who wanted to bring destruction to your heart chakra, okay? With the destroyer there, this was someone who tried to reach you telepathically. They tried to what I'm getting is they paid someone to send you negative energy. They put a lot of energy into trying to destroy you and trying to harness the energy of your spiritual gifts. That's what this is all about. If you want to know why you've been attacked so heavily, it's because of your gifts. It's because of your light. It's because of you being as amazing as you are and doing what you do the way you do it. With soul. You have such a beautiful soul, and they want it, and they don't know how to get it. So yeah, they tried to destroy your energy, but energy cannot be created or destroyed. It's here. And it is here in abundance for you. You have so much good, beautiful, high vibe energy that you have learned to heal with shamanistic practices. Whether you realize it or not, some of you may not have labeled your techniques that you use with your dreams, or how you talk to spirits, or how you do, what's coming through is automatic writing. Some of you write in spirit space, and so they're saying the thing, I'm seeing like a hole being burned in the paper as you write, because your words are so pure. You know, fire is so purifying. It's like whatever, wherever you contain your words, whether it's on a laptop, Chromebook, journal, whatever, it has a hard time holding the space, the energy, creating space for the energy of what you write, because it's so powerful. So you might notice sometimes your screen will glitch or something, or with the book. You know what? Divine is saying to, if you write in a journal, to keep it close to you when you sleep at night. And it's going to help create a positive bond between you and your work. Okay? This is going to result in more motivation to write. Okay, keep it close to you. You don't have to put it under your pillow, but you can keep it on your nightstand. All right? And keep a crystal by it. All right? Selenite would be great. Selenite would be great. Or anything that you really have bonded to already and it gives you good vibes. It could be any crystal as long as it boosts your vibe. Okay, yeah, so you have the gifts of a shaman. And the methods that you've used to heal yourself are going to help heal so many people. Because you're going to share these ideas one way or another. One way or another. Okay, so somebody might be on you. Or you might be writing a story about something you've experienced where someone was pursuing you. Or it could be about obsession or obsessive relationships or narcissistic abuse. Something. Yeah, but there's something that you've been through that was like someone was trying to attack you, or they tried to, what's coming through is dominate you. With that song coming through, that song is about a stalker that was coming after Blondie. And so she turned that stalking situation around and made, I'm sure, millions off of it. Okay, Divine says somebody here is doing something like that too. Oh, and how the Alex Cross series came through. Somebody is creating either a YouTube channel or writing a book, or what do you call it, a screenplay, or like a script or something. And it's about what you've been through, or somebody was pursuing you, or it might be because of some abusive situation that you experienced. And this may be your prosperity begins card there, that energy. Yeah, it's protected and it is divine, and it's only going to grow and grow and grow. It's going to be so wonderful, the healing energy that you bring to others. Okay? Yeah. Keep doing it. Please don't stop doing that. Okay? The riddle and the sustainer. Yeah, so there's somebody, okay, this is a message from your spirit allies, okay? Your ancestors, your spirits that you connect with. They're sustaining you throughout the riddle, because there are things that you may have felt like you just don't know, especially with prosperity begins. There's a new thing that you're doing. Divine says, you may not have done this in this lifetime, but you've done it previously. You have taken on very similar endeavors, like what you are embarking on right now. You've done this before. It may not have been, you know, because it may have been in a long ago, okay, in another time period. But you have created something amazing before. I'm seeing that some of you were medical doctors in a past lifetime. Some of you were high priestesses. Okay, so the art of sexual healing is coming through. Some of you were high priestesses that worked with sexual energy. In the ancient times, when women were respected for their divine feminine energy and not mocked for it. Okay? So you're just recalling these past life experiences. Divine says, Psh, you've done this before and knocked it out the park many times. So as you connect with your intuition, you're going to naturally be steered in the right direction and in a powerful direction with the help of your ancestors and spirit allies. So they're sustaining you through all of the aspects of what you feel like you don't know already. You know, it's like when you have a vision, okay? And because I feel like you have those coming through. You may have dreams or visions or like flashes of an event happening in your life. It could be 20 years down the road. It could be 15, 5, or 50, all right? But you've already seen the outcome. And that's a beautiful part of your gift. But then in real time, it's like, okay, well, how do I get there? That's where your intuition comes in. That's where your recall of your past lives comes into play. Because you're able to allow the wisdom that you naturally have embedded inside you, guiding you, filling in all aspects of this riddle. Whatever it is that you feel like you don't know, your intuition will tell you. And you will be divinely guided. Okay, I want to pull just a couple of tarot cards. I want to clarify. What do you want to bring through, Spirit? That, yeah, this one. What do you need to release? Let's take a look at that. Thank you, Divine. What does this beautiful being need to release? Got Knight of Wands, Page of Swords, Queen of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Okay, so this just reiterates what came through before. I do pick up on a fiery energy. This could be within someone else. This could be that karmic, okay, because you've got Knight of Wands and Page of Swords, okay? But, you know, this is somebody who's like annoying or incessant, or they just want to, like, they might like impulsive behavior. They might like to upset people. It seems like they want to harvest your energy by trying to impact your emotions. But you're too smart for this. You're too smart for this. It may have worked on you before where you got upset, you got frustrated, and honestly, with the things that you've been experiencing that are coming through in your reading, if somebody didn't feel bothered by this, it would be almost abnormal. But this annoyance that this karmic has sent your way, okay, it's allowed you to flex your spiritual muscles. And each time they've distracted your thoughts, you're like, First couple times it's like, oh. Maybe for a long time it was like, oh, okay. It doesn't matter if it was years. You know better now. And you're not allowing anyone to redirect your energy. This person may have watched you a lot or spied on you. Okay, it's way too much energy going into these attempts. But what I also see this as is your creative energy. Whatever blockages you've had with your creative energy, you're allowing your intelligence to give you the boost that you need to take you into a space where you are creating. So if you felt like you just didn't have the motivation to work on something that you want to create, you're using the power of your mind, that intelligence, that swords energy, to push you, to push yourself, to guide yourself into this creative, passionate Knight of Wands energy. And by doing that, you're elevating from the Knight of Wands to the Queen of Wands. You're creating something that is going to be so successful. I'm getting business, business, business. Okay? So whatever it is you're creating, you're going to be interacting with the public. You're getting really good at managing your energy and your time. You're realizing now that your energy belongs to you. And it doesn't matter what somebody else does to influence you, to distract you. You have power over your mind. And you can take whatever it is that you have right now on your schedule, or that someone has tried to force into your mental realm, and you can say, I'm looking at this. What am I going to do with it? And my suggestion is that you allow whatever it is that's on your plate now to become something that puts you in this space. So the dreams, the goals that you have, the objectives that you've already set for yourself, keep those at the forefront of your mind, and not the petty bullshit that someone else wants to have at the forefront of your mind. You're getting really good at this. You're getting really, really good at this, because this is strengthening your mental fortitude, your mental power, your mental power. And what's going to happen is very soon, the same things that people have been trying to use or do to take you away from your peaceful space, your creative space, is going to be something that you smirk at. You're going to be like, cha, cha, cha. You know, you're just going to be like, po baby. Po baby. You know, it's like that. And for some of you, when you witness these intentions being sent to you, you might even feel a little bit flattered, like, oh my gosh, I really must be doing something right. If I'm taking up that much of your time, this person has made you truly the focus of their world. So in a way, they worship you, which is strange. It's very disordered and it's very toxic. But for some of you, that's just what will help you to process this, not as an attack, but as a sickness. Their repeated efforts to throw darts your way and to bring you down, it only shows how sick they are and how miserable they are. So whether you have, whether you feel flattered or you feel pity for them, or you feel just nothing, you know, that's the thing too. But whatever it is, it's going to work for you. It's going to work for you. All right, I'm going to close out the reading with an LaShawn card. They're telling me to pull one card from this deck. I have to do what is coming through. Let's see. That one? Okay, here we go. Alright, get a little chakra guidance. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Okay, communication. Alright, so this is pretty specific, but for some of you, it's really important that you embrace the act of using your voice, okay, with communication here. Alright. That picture. But he's looking up. So it's like you're getting divine inspiration and you're speaking or you're singing. And then you're sharing it because it has self-expression, exchange, and sharing connection. The number here is 34, 34. Those numbers might be significant to you, or 34. Or the number 7. This is something that you're going to complete. You're going to carry it all the way to the end, to its maximum. Divine says, and then even in your next lifetime, this effort is going to continue to grow. Okay, cool. Thank you, Spirit. I see why y'all had me bring that through. Okay. Alright, Divine. Thank you, Mama Oshun. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Oshun the Protector. Safety, boundary setting, and courage. Yes, because it takes courage to create. It takes courage to create. So please have courage in yourself. And be willing to move past your fear. You might feel the fear, but don't let it stop you. Okay. Okay, here's my my book. Alright, number 2. Number 2 might be significant for you. 2 or 22, 222. Alright, you might need to set some boundaries with people too. You might want to revisit the boundaries within your mind that you set between you and other people. You know, just do a little review. Are you comfortable with how these interactions are going? Do you need to tell someone to do something a little differently or remind them of your expectations? Okay. There might be an event that you just don't go to because you don't want to deal with the foolishness. Divine says, that's okay. Alright? It could be a family event. I'm getting cookout. There could be a cookout or a family event that you've been invited to, and you may have been like, I just don't want to. You might get physical symptoms thinking about it. Don't go. Do not go. You can have more fun ordering in and enjoying the beauty of your own company or someone that you love that respects you, instead of being outside with some people that not even being able to enjoy nature. Okay? Because you got people over here, this auntie, this sibling, or whatever, acting crazy. No. Okay. It might not be a cookout though, but for some of you that did come through. Okay. I am safe. You are safe. Alright? That's the mantra. I am safe. When is the last time you felt fully safe? Emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You have summoned the fierce but nurturing energies of Oshun, the Protector. I heard one person say, if y'all want protection, y'all better go with somebody other than Oshun. You know, Oshun looks good. Oh my God, it was so ridiculous what she was saying. And I was so happy that people were standing up for Mama Oshun in the comments. Like, she can protect. She can be beautiful. She's feminine, but she can protect too. You know? Like Athena, she has masculine energies too. She can protect. So, yeah. Some people just like to limit anybody. Even an Orisha. Oshun the Protector helps ignite your inner fire. A divine force that can repel any negativity aimed at you. That's so important right now. Because this did flip over. You may have seen it right there. Yeah. That 5 of Swords. So the conflict is coming through. But it shows up in the reading. But Divine says that you are protected. Okay. How much of yourself are you giving and at what cost? So if you're giving your energy to someone that doesn't respect it, you can take your energy back. What to do now? Speak your truth, stand your ground, and shield yourself from negative energies that do not serve your highest good. This includes undesired situations, thoughts, or people. Strengthen your boundaries. Take this as a sign to pause, refuel, and rebuild your strength and resilience. Create a bigger safety net to protect yourself from unforeseen challenges. Protect your energy. Do your spiritual baths, cleanse your home, do your mantras, use your crystals, your incense, visualizations, meditations, mantras, okay? Create a space both physically and spiritually where you can reconnect with your higher self without distraction or interruption. That keeps coming through, the distractions. The distractions gotta go. So either you are doing like the oyster and creating something beautiful out of that initial feeling of irritation, and you're turning something like frustration or, oh, why am I going through this? Why is this person doing this? Going from there to, let me take this energy and write something. Let me clean something. Let me build something, okay? You can create with that energy. Trust that you are protected in every sense of the word. Divine has your back. You need to wake up and actively participate in your own well-being. Ooh, that's a little harsh. Wake up. You're not asleep though. You're not asleep. Okay? You might be sleeping on some of your power. You might not be giving yourself credit for all the power that you have, but you are not asleep. Okay, I had to get that straight. In Yorubaland, Oshun protects the poor and is known as the mother of all orphans. Oshun is compassionate and comes to the aid of her devotees with sustenance, support, protection, and blessing. Though her protective aspects might not be as emphasized as they are with other orishas, Oshun safeguards emotions, nurtures love, and helps family bonds and friendships. Okay, so this is the healing ritual. This could be really cool, all right? It's a great idea. Choose 3 stones or crystals that speak to you. As you hold the stones, visualize Oshun of protection wrapping you in a shield of light that also extends to your loved ones. Repeat the affirmation, I am protected and surrounded by divine light. Place the charged stones and the written affirmation in a cloth bag that you can carry or place under your pillow for ongoing protection. Didn't we talk about doing that ritual with the book? Okay, whatever ideas you jot down for your art, for your creative endeavors, put that close to you as you sleep, and a crystal. And you can do that as well and use that affirmation. I hope you enjoyed this reading, beautiful being. I hope that it provided some clarity, support, love, and healing, because that's what I'm sending to you. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to check out my magical items that I create with divine love and power and send to you, please, you can check out the linked products, or you can go to my website, okay? All right, beautiful being, thank you so much. I love you, and I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care.